dive deep into the world of Rum Fire in overproof, funky Jamaican rum. And I must confess that I am no expert in Rum Fire, and it's only been used here on the channel once before. So to help us out, I thought I would enlist the help of a Rum Fire expert. Arminder had an entire series going every Friday where he featured Rum Fire or a Rum Fire cocktail. He's here today to share more about Rum Fire and make a Rum Fire cocktail. Arminder, thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me, man. I'm really excited to talk about Rum Fire.
All right, so the first question I have, and I think most people are gonna have this question, is what is Rum Fire and what makes it unique and different?
Yeah, so Rum Fire is an unaged, high ester, overproof Jamaican rum made by Hampden Estate. And it's got this really crazy pungent aroma and flavor of like tropical fruits, and it's just an amazing rum.
All right, another kind of entry-level basic question is, how is it made?
So they use a couple of different ingredients that you normally don't use in fermentation to create their flavor profile for their rums. First of all is cane juice vinegar, which is basically cane juice that's been allowed to naturally ferment to the point that it becomes acidic. Then they add stuff like dunder, which are the leftover remains of previous distillations that has a lot of acids and waters in it. And then you add something called muck, which is like a thick ooze that has acids and bacteria, and it's just rotting and it's pretty nasty. So by adding all of those ingredients into the fermentation mix, you end up adding a lot of acid to the mix, which ultimately creates esters.
Okay, so before we go farther, like esters are talked about a lot in rum, and I think it's more universal than that, but like what are esters?
Yeah, so I won't get super technical here because, you know, I only know so much either when it comes to like the chemistry of it all, but at the highest level, an ester is an organic compound that's created throughout the production process. Now, in terms of the esters that we're gonna focus on when it comes to Hampden and Jamaican rums in general, it's primarily during fermentation. And at its simplest, it's basically when an alcohol molecule combines with an acid molecule. And depending on the type of alcohol molecule and the type of acid molecule, you get a different kind of ester. And some esters will have like notes of overripe banana, some will have notes of pineapple or like nail polish remover, all sorts of different flavors.
And these are the things that, you know, we all use and people use to describe the rum. There is no nail polish remover in your rum. There are no bananas. So we say funky overripe bananas because you're talking about flavor compounds from those esters that are creating that type of flavor that we're used to.
Yeah, so depending on the types of esters that are present and in their concentration, ultimately that creates that rum's flavor and aroma. So what Hampden does in terms of all that acid that they're adding to the mix, essentially allows for the creation of a lot of esters. And the higher esters that you end up with, the more intensity of flavor and aroma you're gonna get.
And that's what everyone describes as funky Jamaican rum.
Exactly, all of that is coming a lot from the esters that are created.
All right, so Hampden Estate makes Rum Fire, and they make other rum as well that's aged. What's the difference between Rum Fire and those? Is it just the fact that it's totally unaged, or is there something else going on?
Yeah, so Hampden Estate has actually a number of different rums that they make from fermentation through distillation. They're all called marks, and a lot of Jamaican distilleries call these things marks, and basically it's their unaged distillates, the things that they make through distillation. And Rum Fire is specifically one particular mark. It's HLCF, which stands for Hampden Light Continental Flavor.
Yeah, and so I guess the most essential way is like it's a specific distillate, right? It's or recipe or formula, if you will, but they're different from each other.
Exactly. So depending on what tweaks they make during fermentation, during distillation, they end up with a different mark, essentially a different distillate. And that different distillate, that different mark will have a different flavor and aroma.
Now, you just put out a big video on Hampden and their different marks. Can you share with us like what those are? Tell us a little bit more about that video.
Yeah, exactly. So Hampden actually released fairly recently a collection of all 8 of their marks called the 8 Marks Collection. And these are all 8 of their unaged distillates at 60% ABV. And you get to try and compare and contrast them. They actually have information in the box that tells you how those marks were made, so you can kind of see their different production process, how long fermentation was for one mark as opposed to another mark, and then you can see how they taste, and surprisingly, they taste very different from one another.
All right, so let's make a cocktail with Rum Fire. This is one of your favorites, and it was featured in Shannon Mustipher's Tiki Modern Tropical Cocktails.
Yeah, so this is the Rum Firewalker, which was created by Jason Alexander of Devil's Reef in Tacoma, Washington.
For this one, you'll need lime juice, cinnamon syrup, Campari, and Rum Fire. Ingredients for this one may be a little bit divisive because Campari and Rum Fire are for many people like a love it or hate it ingredient. We're gonna shake this one and build it in a small shaker tin. And I say we, but I mean Arminder will make this one. Arminder, thank you for coming. Thank you for making some Rum Fire cocktails for us. And cheers.
Cheers, man.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, so this is one of your favorite cocktails?
Absolutely. And so, you know this too, anytime you put Rum Fire in a cocktail, it seems to overpower it. But I would argue that this is surprisingly balanced between the fact that you got 3 ounces of Rum Fire, but you've also got an ounce of Campari and that cinnamon syrup. They somehow kind of tame Rum Fire a little bit.
Well, I think that they take the emphasis off of the Rum Fire. The bitterness of Campari is there. I don't reach for Negronis all the time. It's not my favorite thing, but in here with the cinnamon syrup, which since I didn't make these, I kind of forgot that we had cinnamon syrup in there. But it's such a simple drink. It's such elegant drink. It looks amazing.
Yeah.
It tastes delicious. I'm surprised at how much I do enjoy this.
You got the bitterness, but there's a little juicy element to it too.
So the Rum Fire bottle I have only used here on the channel one time. And outside of that, I think Rum Fire I've mainly experienced at bars. When you go to Smuggler's Cove, you want to join their rum club, the first thing they pour for you is Rum Fire. And it's a little intimidating, and you get those flavors in here, but it's so balanced and there's so much nuance here that this is definitely my favorite Rum Fire cocktail I've had so far.
That's awesome.
And I think I am looking forward to using it more in the future.
It's a great rum to mix with, and it can take over or it can play a balanced role. It depends on the cocktail.
All right, that's it for this one. This was Rum Fire and the Rum Firewalker. Arminder, where can people find you?
You can find me on Instagram at Rum Revival or on YouTube at The Rum Revival.
So if you enjoyed this video, give it a like below. Consider subscribing to the channel. Go check out Arminder's page, like and subscribe there. Otherwise, see you on the next one.
Peace.
And the Rum Firewalker. All right, sorry, the Rum Fire's already hit me.